Hola, estudiantes. It's Mrs. Santiago here, and today I'm going to help you through the notes for the new verb jugar. I am in your OneNote, Chapter 3, Page 9, Jugar Verb Chart and Practice. I'm going to eliminate the table of contents, and I'll go ahead and make the page big so that we can all see what we're working with. So this is our new verb jugar, and the first thing we want to do in the cream-colored box is define it. So this is the infinitive verb form. That means it is the whole verb before we change it. And the only thing that we know when we see jugar is the meaning. We don't know who's doing the action and we don't know when they're doing it, but we know what action it is. The meaning of jugar, think about the sentences. Yo juego al baseball. Ella juega al voleibol. Jugar, to play. To play. Conjugation rule. Well, this is our first stem changing verb, as you found out from the PACE lesson. Okay, it is a U to UE stem changer. And we want to remind ourselves as we look up here that it is an AR verb. Okay, that's important to know. So, what are the endings? So, the endings, yo is going to end in O, tu is going to end in as, él, ella, usted, a, nosotros, amos, and ellos, an. Okay, we're going to learn ways to remember those. Okay, when we conjugate a stem changing verb, we're going to think of it as a 3-step process. Step 1, okay, we're going to chop. That's a big chopper. What are we chopping off? Well, we are chopping off the endings. So we're chopping off AR, ER, or IR. In this case, we're going to chop off the AR. Okay, so let's do that. Here's the verb jugar. I'm just putting it closer to the chart. When I chop off the AR, I am left with the root, right? The stem. This is JUG. Okay, good. Step 2. Okay, step 2. Oops, I got some crazy ink on my pen. Hold on. Step 2 is change. Whatever the stem change is, do it here. So the stem change is U to UE. So I'm going to take this U and I'm going to change it to UE everywhere on the chart that it needs to be changed. So JUEG, 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 JUEG. Okay, remember the stem is not going to change up here in nosotros, so I'm going to go back to the original JUG. Okay, so I've done that step. The last step is to add. What am I adding back in? I'm adding in the endings that match this verb, which are right here. So now I'm going to go back. Yo ends in O, so it becomes juego. I try to remember that I have 2 big toes. If I can remember toes ends in S, I'll remember this form ends in S. So it's going to be juegas, because it's an AR verb, juegas. El, ella, usted. I think one person, one vowel. Coming from the base that this is an AR, I'm going to put an A there. Okay, then I'm going to jump over to the nosotros form. Here it is. It takes AMOS, which is, it reminds me OS. I can remember AMOS. Jugamos. I try to remember 2 or more people ride in the van. Then I can remember this one always ends in an N. So this is juegan. Okay, as soon as I'm finished conjugating, I've done my chop, my change, and my add. I'm going to go in with a highlighter and I am going to draw a box around all of the ones that changed. And it's supposed to look like a footwear pattern. Okay, what does it look like to you? Think about that. hopefully you said that it looks like a boot, and I have one over here. It looks like a boot. Everything inside the boot takes the stem change from J-U-G to J-U-E-G. The one that is not in there is kicked out of the club. Okay, he's kicked out. Let's talk a little bit about pronunciation. So J-U-E-G is like the saying way. Okay, so we're saying wego, wegas, wega, wegan. When we get up to here in the nosotros form, the J-U-G is like saying who, jugamos. Okay, so wego, wegas, wega, jugamos, wegan. Now, when we're conjugating the verb, because that's what these are, up above we said that was the infinitive. This stuff that we're putting on the chart, these are called conjugations. The conjugations, remember the definition? Conjugations are when we change the verb to match the person or subject. Okay. You can't use jugar in the sentence. You have to change it to match the person. All right, let's finish these notes here. Okay, so we've got our chart. It says, we call this pattern of change a boot verb. It's a stem changer. It's a boot verb. Draw in the boot. Check, we did that already. Note, when you use jugar with the sport, an a, the little letter a, goes before the name of the sport. Don't forget that a next to L can't work. Okay, it has to be squished together to become the word al. Okay. Example, yo juego al tenis. You can see it right there. Yo juego al tenis. Okay, so there's your boot verb. We know what it means. Now we have to practice conjugating it. So practice. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of jugar. Well, I'm going to help you through. There are 8 of them here. So I'm going to do 3 of them with you. Okay, so let's start with number 1. When we conjugate, read the whole sentence and read the blank. Los muchachos blank al fútbol americano. Well, we want the correct form of the verb jugar for all of these. So you look at the sentence and look for the subject. Who's doing the action? Los muchachos. How many muchachos are we talking about? 1 or more than 1? Well, it's 2 or more muchachos because it's got an S on the end. So I'm going to scroll up to my chart jugar and find the spot for 2 or more. Here it is, 2 or more. So the form that I need is juegan. Juegan. Now let's read the whole sentence again. Los muchachos juegan al fútbol americano. What does that mean in English? That's right. The boys play football or American football. Let's do número 2. Yo blank clue con mis amigos. I'm using the word jugar, the verb. Which form of jugar matches the subject yo? Let's go back up and look. Juego, here it is, right? Yo juego. So I'm going to write that in, yo juego. Remember, this has to match here, has to match here, has to match here. Okay, let's make sure we understand it. Yo juego clue con mis amigos. Well, jugar means to play. I play clue with my friends. Con means with. I always think of an ice cream cone. Okay, I eat my ice cream with a cone. Muy bien. Número 3. Rachel blank al volleyball. Rachel blank al volleyball. How many people is Rachel? That's right, she's just 1. So I'm going to go back up to my chart and look for the correct form to match 1 person. That's right. It's juega right here, one person. So I'm going to scroll back down. I'm going to write in juega. And now I'm going to read the whole sentence again. Rachel juega al voleibol. And in my mind, I'm figuring out, oh, Rachel plays volleyball. Muy bien. I hope that jugar is making sense for you. I want you to finish these 5. We will be going over them in class. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please make sure that you're referring to Mis Amigos, Nosotros, Wayne Gretzky y su familia. By the way, Sue is his, okay? Roger Federer, Lionel Messi y Cristiano Ronaldo. Jugar has to match the people doing the action. Okay, muchachos, gracias.